Two men journey to the bars and restaurants of Scandinavia to find amazing beers, always with the same question.
Hey, what's on tap?
It's time to find out.
Okay, this is our initial episode of the new year. See, we're doing wordcast again. I remembered we're doing the words to go with the episode.
The words to go with the episodes.
We said we're going to do that in episode 23 of the penultimate episode of the Advent Calendar. So we're back. The first episode of the new year, the initial episode, as it were. And we thought we would do a look back.
Year in review of 2017.
A look back. We'll start the new year by looking back at the old year.
Yes.
And
where did we go wrong? What do we need to better? What do we do again?
I know. We reviewed a lot of beers last year.
Yep.
By my count, there was 117 beer reviews.
Cool.
That's a lot of beer reviews.
That is quite a lot, yeah.
Good job, man.
You too.
We drank a lot last year. And that doesn't even count the 4 different beer festivals we went to where we didn't review any beers, but we drank a lot of beer at those. Man, there was a lot of beer consumed at those festivals. So how does it feel to have the first year under our belt?
Well, yeah, because last year we didn't have. The year prior to last year we didn't.
Right, we started
in October or something like that.
Yeah, like late September.
Yeah. So this is going to be basically our first full year review.
Yeah,
it will be cool. It feels good. We had a lot of fun. We came up with a couple of new show concepts. We had the Game of Beers come up. We went to a bunch of different beer festivals and got to speak to some really cool people. I think overall it's been a good year. By
far. I have to say that I think that we did some really great stuff. We are up to, I think this is episode 118.
Holy crap.
So in a short period of time, we really racked up some episodes.
Yeah. Well, that's also a lot thanks to the calendar stuff. Just from the 2 calendars alone, we have about 50 episodes almost. 48 episodes.
Yeah.
In total from the 2 years. So, that racks up the episode count quite a lot. But still, an episode is an episode.
That is true. We count them.
Yep.
And so we had 41 beer interviews.
Yep.
Between the short ones we did at the different festivals, plus we did 4 long form sit-down interviews. Hopefully we'll have more of those in the next year. Because I really want to start sitting down with a lot of local brewers and talking with them.
Yeah.
We did 2 Game of Beers.
Mm-hmm. We have to do more of those next year as well.
Yes, definitely. That's a lot of fun. And I think that we can really milk that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of content left.
Yeah. There's a lot of people who like drinking beer and challenging each other.
Yeah.
For beer snobbery supreme. Then we also did the Brewery Bonanza.
Yep.
Which was a fun episode.
That was also a fun episode. A very, very drunken episode.
Oh, yeah. And then we did because we started about halfway through.
Yeah.
And we were just past, at that point, they were like 4 or 5 bottles that were open and circulating. And it went from being like really organized to just
mayhem.
Just chaos. Like people were like, you couldn't get through a beer before another beer was being, and you're like, I need to breathe this a little bit, guys. Yeah. I don't want to miss that. So,
so I'm going to have to pound that and then drink
I'm going to have to pound this 14% so I can jump on that 18% right there. Oh, that was rough.
That was a rough day.
Oh my God. I still remember falling asleep and then being woken up, and I was just dead asleep. And you guys were like, "Come on, we gotta go." And I'm like, grabbing my stuff. I'm like walking out the door with like my bag, and I'm like, "Wait, where are we going? What are we doing?" And I'm like, "Why am I taking my bag with me?" So
that was a fun time as well.
And then we did the Rate Beer wrap up.
Oh yeah.
Which was
that was also fun.
Yeah. Fun talk about the Rate Beer. What do they call it? Awards that came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, as in all of our past episodes, we will be drinking beer this episode too.
Of course.
And we'll start with the Lervig Supersonic.
That's one of the highlights of last year as well.
Apparently,
I haven't encountered any of the cans, but apparently some cans from the batch that was released at Sustainable August were off. Mm-hmm. But I haven't encountered any of those. The ones I've tried has been really, really good.
Yeah, this is my third can from that release.
Yeah.
And I have not had a bad one yet.
Yeah.
They've all been excellent.
Yeah.
But I know that I ordered some online and they canceled that order. But then I was just happened to be in the shop and they had a whole stack of them, cases of them.
Yeah.
Still, so I picked up a few cans there.
Cool. Yeah, I know because it was supposed to be released earlier than it actually was released, so it was delayed for some reason. I don't know why though. But yeah, when it eventually came, then it's really good.
Yep, I had it back in May 12th with you. So I guess that was because this is the second time they've had it in System Block this year.
Oh, did we both have it in May 12th?
Yep. Because I'm looking on Tap, and I tagged it with my friend.
Oh. Because I know I tried it. I believe I tried it when I was in Norway and brewed with Vetra in March.
I think you did, and then it came out of Systembolaget, and then we tried it again.
I don't know if it came out of Systembolaget back then, because that was the Tasty Juice, right?
I'm pretty sure this is the second time it's come out. It's the first time in the black cans. I believe it was in the silver can last time.
Oh, it might have been, yeah. That might be what's throwing me off.
Because it wasn't the black cans are relatively a new addition in the past, I think, 4 or 5 months.
It's a really cool design.
No, I like the black cans. It really stands out on the shelf.
Yeah. That
way.
Cool. But yeah, let's kind of dig into this.
All right. And so this is, I would call this a very traditional. This is, they say the can says it's more than double hopped with Citra double IPA, 8.5%.
Well, I don't doubt it from the smell of it.
Expect some serious tropical flavors in this can. All right. Mm-hmm. And the smell is just tropically and hoppy and just pure double IPA goodness.
It smells very soft.
Yeah, no, it smells very floral and pleasant and just well-rounded, easy to drink.
You get all of that fruit on there.
It's not, you don't have any particulates floating in the bottom of the glass like it's got some flour or anything. It's just a real beautiful, beautiful color.
All right, it's a clean New England IPA, if you can say that.
It is. It's almost kind of a Cloudwater-ish IPA color, if you want to think of it like that. I agree with you there. Yeah. All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
This is hoppier than the last two I've had. The other two I had were much more fruit forward.
Yeah.
Like almost juice kind of in that.
I agree.
And this is more of a hoppier. Like this, I believe the can, when it says double hopped.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Whereas before, I felt like this was just a really good New England IPA or New England IPA that was just really, really juicy, fruity. But this is...
This is really freaking good.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I agree with you that it's sharper. It's a bit like harsher bitterness than compared to the can I had last time.
Yeah.
But it's still not. I mean, it's still not overly bitter.
No, it's not. So. It's not really bitter at all. I mean, it's in comparison to the last two times I've had it in the past week.
Yeah, it's a perfect. If you want to call it like a perfect New England double IPA.
I would completely agree. Oh, man.
It might be like a tad... I mean, compared to some of the other, what was it, like 70 IPAs we had this year?
Yeah, we had a lot of IPAs this past year.
Then, I mean, it's I would say it's up among the top ones that we've had, but still there's a couple of... I mean, of course, one that's going to be hard to beat is the Trillium... what was it? The Trillium Dialed In?
Yeah, you loved that one. I was not as crazy about the Dialed In as you were.
Totally loved it.
The one that, the IPA that I think was probably my favorite IPA of last year was the Terpy Citra.
Ooh, yeah, that was also
very good. That was beginning of last year.
Yeah, that was very, very good as well. Yeah, I would say it's the Terpy Citra and the Dialed In has been my two favorite IPAs of last year.
And there were a lot of IPAs. I'm just going back here. The double IPA, we did the double IPA version 10. And version 12.
All the Cloudwater stuff was really good too.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had it on the show, but we had the Brewdog and Cloudwater collaboration version 1 and version 2 as well. I don't know if
we did, but we didn't do those on the show.
Yeah, no. Those were also really nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the other IPAs we had that stood out. I think those are the two that really are in my mind as the high water mark of IPAs for last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this this is a really good double IPA.
Amazing double IPA. And so I've reviewed it. I got 3 times so far on Tap, and I've given it a 4.25, a 4.75, and a 4.5.
Cool. So you're averaging 4.5 on it.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be right in that same area. I think this is a 4.5 beer. Could be a 5 depending on how it gets pushed one way or the other. But every time I've had it, I just haven't been disappointed with it.
I agree. I don't know if I would go as high as a 4.5. I'd probably stick with like a 4 or 4.25 because there is some.
Yeah, I think for me this time it's more of a 4.25.
Yeah,
I think if it was a little fruitier, a little less bitter, it would be get up in that 4.5, 4.75 area again.
Yeah,
but as it is, it's really good.
Oh yeah,
and I think because Adrian apparently bought a ton of these, and he's been really disappointed with them because it hasn't been as hoppy as I think he remembered it being originally. Yeah. And I think if he had tried this one again, this would be the version that would take him back to what he loved the most out of it.
Take him back to Flavor Town.
Oh yeah. Were there any beers that really were a highlight for you for last year? Just off the top of your head. Remember, you have a spreadsheet you can flip through and look at.
Yeah, I do.
If you want to.
I know.
To give it a quick once over.
Give it a quick glance.
Yeah. For me, just flipping through here real quick, I would say that the Big Top was quite a surprise, which was that Imperial Red Ale that we had at Fermentorum.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember it. Well, I think one of my highlights was definitely the Dialed In. Finally getting to try it. Trillium beer.
Yep.
I've been wanting to try it for a long time. Some of the ones that have been really really impressive has also been the War Pigs IPAs. Mm-hmm. Like the Power Move and the Foggy Geezer.
Yeah.
Those were really nice. What else?
Sipping in the Darkness was really good.
Yeah.
Backwoods Bastard's always a favorite.
Paradox Rye from Brewdog. We've had that twice on the show. Once in the calendar,
sure did.
Once in the
regular episode. And both times it was an amazing beer.
Exactly.
The Tiramisu Imperial Stout was also
that was
quite
a
excellent
surprise actually. Yeah. That was a surprise. I know you loved the Avery Rumpkin.
Yeah, well, we'll get to my least favorite beers in a minute here. I mean, when we did the advent calendars, I mean, the Lemongrass Goza, I'll definitely be on the lookout for to try again.
Yeah. I think any Goza from 2L is something that you need to try.
It's going to be awesome. The Shandy we raved about that. I think we were all quite blown away by that.
I would say any Goza or Berliner Weiss from 2L is something that's going to be really good. I mean, even the stouts as well, but you don't see them that often anymore. Like the Goliath Stout. It's like we were talking about
the Goliath and the Imperial Milk Stout that they do.
Yeah.
Yule Milk.
Yeah. Really the Sort Milk.
I was really surprised because in the French box that they did, where they got all the different breweries from all over the world.
Yep.
The Yule Milk or the Salt Milk was the final beer in that. I was like, why the hell wasn't that part of the 12 calendar?
That's a shame.
That should have been part of that because
that should have been the final beer.
Yeah,
I think. At least in our opinion.
Definitely.
Cool.
Okay.
I think one that really stood out as well. What was we had a Breckeriet beer at your place.
Oh,
was it the Local King?
The Local King. Yeah. That was the collab with Local Option, Breckeriet, and Jester King.
That was also very, very
that was amazing. That was one of the few that was really sad that I'll probably never get again.
Yes, exactly.
That was one I wish I'd bought a couple of bottles of.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Well, what else do we have this episode?
Well, we should talk about the least favorite beers as well.
Well, let's have the next beer, and then we can jump back into.
Okay, yeah,
Sure. So we kind of All right.
Pace it out a little bit.
Yeah.
True. Well, we had a really nice. I mean, one of the good things right now is that if we're with all the knocking and shit giving on like the big breweries, I mean, Spendrups is actually importing. Well, they are the general importer for Firestone Walker to Sweden now.
Yeah.
Which makes us makes it available. I am speaking terrible English.
Yes, today. You are. That's okay. But it gives us the availability of getting like the off the shelf IPA stuff that they do,
exactly.
Double IPAs. So you can usually find those on tap somewhere in Malmo or Lund area pretty easily.
You see, there's always, I think, 3 different Firestones on tap at Inferno, for example.
With the Union Jack and...
the Pivo Pils.
Yeah. And then their double IPA as well.
Easy Jack.
Yeah.
I think Easy Jack is the session IPA.
Okay.
And the Jack is the normal IPA, and then the double Jack is the double IPA.
Yeah.
That's also a really good beer. But yeah, so what I was getting to is that we have the availability to get some of the seasonal beers and the off-season releases as well. Mm-hmm. And we've actually been getting quite a few of those lately.
Yeah, especially the barrel-aged stuff that they put out. We're not getting the sours yet, but I'm hoping that will change in the next year or so.
Yeah.
But their barrel-aged stuff, where they've really been hitting us hard with those, which has been really nice. About once a quarter we get one of those in.
Yeah. So we had this year we've had the Eldorado, which is the blonde barley wine. Mm-hmm. We've had the Velvet Merkin, which was really nice.
Yeah, you can rub that in.
Christmas. Yeah. We had the Parabola. Yeah. And just recently we got the Stickee Monkee, which is the Central Coast Quad, barrel-aged Central Coast Quad. So we're going to put the Stickee Monkee up for test here now, which I've had it once before, and I was really impressed by it. Yeah. But the funny thing now is we're getting the vintage releases, as they call it, in 330 ml bottles instead of the 650 ml bombers that they usually came in. So we'll see if that. I don't know if it's still released in the big bottles in the US or if it's small bottles everywhere now.
I think it's still that you can get the big bottles, and maybe they just do these for export or something. I'm not really sure, but it seems like when I see the photos online, it's always the bombers.
Yeah,
it's not the smaller bottles.
It might also be because I think the first one that came in the small bottles was the Parabola.
Yeah,
so it might just be that they're moving over to the small bottles for these.
Could be.
Well. Because I mean, it seems kind of weird that you would go through the whole point of having because they always come in like the cardboard boxes.
Yeah, the cost for printing 2 different sizes is got to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
or just unnecessary, I should say.
Yeah, but yeah, the smell on this is. I mean, I don't even know what a Central Coast Quad really is.
I have no idea either.
But it just smells like an amazing barley wine. This
smells like the Backwoods Bastard.
Yeah, it does actually.
Yeah, a lot like that. Just like a barrel-aged old ale.
Yeah.
Which is one of my favorite styles.
One of your favorite. It's your jam.
It is my jam. But man, you get lots of dates off of the nose. That nice bourbon barreling.
Oh, yeah. The bourbon and the dates kind of blend together really nicely.
Yeah. And actually the color, it looks pretty good. It's a nice dark hazel color to it with just a little bit of carbonation on the top.
I'll hold it up to the light. It's really, really red in the bottom there if you look at the glass.
Yeah. Whereas we've seen a lot of these dark, like what we saw was a lot of the abstracts where they were not pretty beers.
No.
They were pretty ugly.
Yeah. All right,
man.
Cheers. Cheers.
Oh, that's an easy drinking beer.
That's really mellow, actually. I was expecting like a huge hit, but it doesn't really stray out in any direction. It's just a really nice blend of flavors.
Yeah. It's 12.5%, and
it's going to do the job.
It smells boozy, and you get a bit of alcohol. It's just not. You don't get a huge alcohol heat on it.
I would say you get no alcohol heat on this.
It's a little bit, but it's not like I was expecting. I thought I was going to have a big boozy nose on it.
Yeah, I mean the Backwoods Bastards is definitely more like boozy, both in the smell and the taste.
Yeah, it is just so.
It's really elegant.
It's so. I would just say light. I mean, because it's such bold flavors in it, but it's just.
It's not a heavy body on it.
No. The body is really light, and
which actually, I mean, you would think it would detract from this kind of beer, but it actually makes it more drinkable.
I think so too. I think if it was a thicker beer,
it would become like cloying on your palate.
Yeah, it would be a little off-putting.
Yeah,
but it just finishes light and kind of clean with this really nice sticky sweetness.
Yeah,
you get the dates. You don't get raisin on this, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, not really. I mean, this is one of the things that we've been talking about when having like the heavy barley wines as well before. Is that I could never finish this whole bottle of this by myself. I think with this one you probably could because it's so light and so drinkable. So I mean,
and it's got this kind of a cookie, vanilla cookie kind of aftertaste to it. Yeah, kind of a graham crackery flavor to it. Oh man, it's good.
It's really nice. That's a good choice. All right, should we move on to disappointments of the year?
Yeah, sure. What have been some of your disappointments of the year? I know one for sure. It was the Brawl IPA makes me go MIA, which might be terrible. Our worst beer of the show. It might be the worst beer we had all year.
It was
disgusting. It was just ugly dishwater look to it. Yeah. Another one I saw on our list that was just like, that was horrible. The Rumpkin was almost undrinkable. It was so boozy and so just overpowering that I don't think either one of us could really get into it. The episode I did with Chanter, where we did the Sweetheart Waffle Mountain and the Poltergeist. The Poltergeist was a real disappointment. I was expecting a much hoppier Pilsner, but it was really just a boring, generic, unmemorable Pilsner.
Yeah. No, I think the Braw was definitely a huge disappointment. Rumpkin as well, like you mentioned. There was another one that I was thinking of as well.
The Vienna Lager was a bit of a letdown. Slot Machine, that was...
The Poyala Yulo thing?
Oh, yeah.
That was terrible.
Yulul. I saw someone else had reviewed it recently in the past week or so on Instagram, and they were also really, really disappointed by that beer. So it wasn't just us. It was a lot of other people. So I felt pretty good about that. I thought maybe we got in a bad bottle, but turned out, nope, it just wasn't a very good beer. Which is a shame because we know that Poyala can do really good.
Yes. The stouts and the other stuff, they can
really
do really good beers. So that was really weird and disappointing.
Yeah. What else was a disappointment? See, overall, we've been pretty lucky. We haven't had too many.
I would say we haven't had that many disappointments.
No, it's been a really good run of beers. There's been a lot of things that. Oh, Chai High. I hated that beer.
Yeah, that was not too good.
There's been a lot of middle of the road beers, but I would say overall we've been
doing pretty good.
Yeah, we've been swinging for the fences and hitting a couple of triples, mostly 2 home runs.
Oh yeah, I would say we had more than 2 home runs.
Oh, we've had I would say there's a lot of home runs, but not too many that just strikeouts or whiffs. What were some of your favorite interviews of last year?
One of my favorite ones was Abnormal.
Yeah. I really enjoyed the Nerd Brewing interview. Yeah. Sitting down with Karin was a lot of fun because we actually got to sit down and talk for a bit longer than we normally do on the quick ones. I would say the interview at Amager.
Interview at Amager with Pupsa was really nice too. That was
it was really good.
Excellent interview. We had a lot of really cool info coming out on that interview. And I mean, a lot of info that we interviewed, that he told us in that interview, has been happening basically the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Like the barrel aging release, for example, that just came out. I think he actually told us about the return of Murphyl on that interview.
Yeah.
And that was just released, like, what, a month ago?
Yeah, it was beginning of December, right after they opened their new location.
Yes, it was, yeah. In the beginning of December, it all came out. We ordered some from Box Beers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we both got a Murphyl, and I ordered the barrel-aged old ale.
Yeah. And I got the barrel-aged rye stout.
Yeah. Really enjoyed interviewing the woman from Jester King.
Yeah.
The head brewer there.
Yeah.
And Chase with American Solera was really great.
Charlie from Cycle was fun.
Yeah. Of course, the Book Rider was really good.
Yeah.
Really got him off in a corner and was able to really talk to him.
That was also a fun interview.
Yeah, he does not like to talk, but it was good, nonetheless. All right. Anything else that you, looking back on the past 2017, that memorable highlights? What was your favorite festival?
Favorite festival was Brew School by far.
Yeah, I got to admit, I think it was my favorite as well.
I mean, to be honest, like I was getting a little bit fed up on festivals after All In. So it was. I mean, 4 beer festivals in a year is too much for me.
Yeah, I've kind of felt the same way. I wish they were spaced out a little bit better.
Yeah,
because it's
All
like
In and Brew School was pretty close together.
Well, actually, it was Malmo beer and whiskey, and then
CBC was right after.
Right, was right after that, and then we had the summer off. And then it was a Brewski Bowl, and I mean, All In was a few months later, but at the same time, it felt like fatigue at that point. I was a little done.
Yeah,
and I felt bad for All In because you could kind of feel there was a bit of fatigue in the room as well.
Yeah, I mean, the festival is really good, but yeah, it seems like it's like everyone has been. Well, the beer nerds have been to CBC. They've been to Brewski Bowl. It might be a disadvantage in the date for that festival, actually, because I mean the quality there is just as good as any other festival. Like we found Wylam over there. That was a totally amazing brewery. Yeah, and we've been really enjoying their stuff ever since. We've been buying cans online and quite enjoying those. Definitely. And every time I've seen the Wylam IPAs in cans on Box Beers or who else had them? The McKellar Web Shop had them as well. And McKellar gets them, and Kiosk gets them from time to time as well. Yeah. Yeah, there's he was. I wish we could have had a chance to talk with him, but he was the only person manning his booth, and he was quite busy thanks to Adrian. Oh yeah, he was the well, thanks to Andre. Adrian. Andre. Yeah. Yeah, he was pounding that. Was a barrel aged quad as well. Yeah. He had like 12 of those or something like that. Yeah. He had way too many of those. Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I think I'm definitely going to stick with like 2 festivals next year. Yeah, I was thinking max. CBC and Brew School is probably going to be my go-tos. I think I'm right there with you. I think 2 is enough. Yeah. 4 festivals is way too much. It's ambitious. We did it. Well, we did coverage. We talked to some interesting people. Had some great interviews, and definitely Timo was a lot of fun to talk to with his. The Breaking Bad outfit. Yeah, the Breaking Bad outfit was amazing. The beer was interesting. Well, the mead. The Colgate mead. Oh, yeah. I don't know that I ever need to try another wintergreen mead. Well, I mean, it was fine. But it was. I'm not saying it was a bad beer. I'm just saying that it's 2 things that are not my favorite put together into one. Yeah. Like I really don't like wintergreen flavor to begin with. The licorice raspberry one was. Yeah, those are so good. I saw he has 3 bottles out for order, but they're only available in Gothenburg. The raspberry one is available to order. That was my first drink of that festival was the 19%. Yeah, you were all like, I'm not going to drink. I'm not feeling good. I'm so hungover. And then the first thing you did was get a 19% mead. I'm like, well, there you go.
All right. So what do you rate the Stickee Monkee?
4.5.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. This is a great beer. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I have a bottle of this at home, and I think this is going to be great over the next few years.
Yeah.
I hope I can do a few verticals of it and get something. Keep trying it over and see how it changes.
We should definitely get a bunch of these.
Yeah.
Let me just put it. Need to pause a little bit here.
All right. Take. Well, you can just wrap up here at this point if you want.
Well, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
True.
All right,
but we don't really have that much left.
Yeah. So
it's been an awesome year.
It has been an awesome year, man. Thank you for going on our beer journey together.
Definitely.
It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I look forward to what 2018 will bring us.
Yes.
You can find us online at what'sontappodcast.com.
Facebook, Instagram, Stitcher, iTunes,
Spotify.
That's cool. And I think there's some more places, but now there's just so many.
There's just so many that if you just type in What's on Tap podcast, you can find us.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, be sure to subscribe to us, especially on
iTunes and Stitcher and stuff.
iTunes and Spotify. That's the best.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Cool. Keep drinking in the new year. And thanks for staying with us.
Later.